Hello everyone, it's Lisa Ann from Lisa Ann Tarot. Um, so I was going to go to bed, but no, I had a calling from the Twin Flame Collective that they needed an energy update. So this is an energy update, um, pretty much going forward through the next week or so. Again, my videos are intended to be timeless, so if you are um, picking this video up at a certain moment in time and it resonates, that means there was a message here for you. Everybody's journey is different and everybody is in a different phase of the journey. So this is the part of the collective where you are in a separation and there's little to no contact, um, very light communication, um, and you're in a period of healing and being separated. So I'm using a few different decks. So we have the energies of the connection here. We have the energies of the divine masculine, the energies of the feminine, and then some cards of guidance. Okay. So bottoms of the deck for everybody. So we have, which is the overall themes going into the next couple weeks. So we have forgiveness as our first theme. So when you go into the times of separation, you have to realize that number one, you're separated for a reason. The divine steps in to put you sort of to your perspective corners, to do your own healing, to bring things up for you personally, because we all have to heal and come into alignment and balance within ourselves in order to balance with somebody else. So we are this, the period of separation is difficult. And a lot of times one twin or another, um, feels regret for having to leave, regret for having to, not really have things play out the way they played it out in their minds. So the first card out being forgiveness just means to, have some compassion for each other, be gentle with yourselves and be gentle with each other, and make sure that you, totally forgive it because it's all for a purpose. It all serves a purpose and a meaning, and that's becoming the people that you're supposed to be, being closer to your 5D energy rather than being in the 3D energy. Um, being somebody that can, if fulfill someone else's expectations, match their effort. So the forgiveness card just lets us say, be forgiving. And then we have trickery. So because there are some things in separation right now, one twin or the other is not going to know pretty much what the other one is up to or what they are doing. So there may be some shady stuff going on behind the scenes, but it's serving a purpose. They could be cleaning up some karmic issues. They could be sort of, you know, picking up after themselves or messes that they might have made. Um, so again, it's all for a reason and all for a purpose. Um, we have the fairies coming out, bottom of the deck, spend some time outside, um, being in the flowers, being with nature, taking in the fresh air, grounding. It's all serves a purpose and it keeps you grounded and it keeps you pulled in. So that's very important for self-care during this time. The angels, bottom of the deck, is healing family issues. So there could be part of the separation is one or the other or even both twins are addressing issues within their families. This could mean, getting things in line, having to do with children. It could mean issues with parents or issues with, family issues that could come up, pertaining to this connection or pertaining to their life, allowing them to feed into this connection. So there's family issues at play here that are definitely being healed. Bottom of the deck for the feminine is Seven of Swords. So some of the feminines out there could be either feeling deceived or feeling, like something, the wool's being pulled over their eyes, or they could be the ones being a little deceptive with their energies. And bottom of the deck for the masculines is the Five of Cups. So that's crying over spilled milk, kind of being regretful, not things not playing out the way they wanted to. So they're sort of in this pouty mode, but and they're failing to see that there are still blessings and things in front of them. That what they see as being destroyed isn't completely destroyed. So let's get into some of the cards. Okay, so the first set of cards that I pulled here, this is going to be the current energies of the connection. Okay, so we have love, and we have compromise, we have full circle, and we have abandon. We have dissatisfaction and healing. And we have nurturing and victim and winter. So what I get from these cards is that there's a lot of love still in this connection. But there's sort of, it's being compromised because of outside factors at this time. You know, the love part of it is being compromised because they can't fully express their love to each other. They can't be there for each other. It really can't function in a vibration of love at this point. Coming full circle means that they're completing cycles, and you know, trying, they're feeling sort of like they're abandoning or been abandoned by the other. You are in separation. So it's about this cycle, coming around and healing these abandonment issues, healing these fears and things, you know, about being hurt, about things not working out. So this is the cycle that they're in. We have dissatisfaction and healing. So the dissatisfaction that they're feeling right now with the connection and with themselves is all part of the healing. It's all part of the things that are being brought up for them to examine. You know, why do they feel this way? What is the root cause of this? You know, do they have an issue with their self-worth? Have they still not released emotions from their past and holding on to old things that, you know, have come up with other relationships that they're refusing to let go of? So that's all coming up for healing. We have nurturing, and victim and winter. So the winter card is about something being frozen, and being that they are in separation, that signifies it for me. And then we have sort of one of the counterparts at this point is feeling like a victim, or feeling that, you know, they're kind of tied. They can't move forward. They can't move backwards. And then they're not allowing this nurturing feeling to come through of the connection. So that's sort of the current energies. So then I asked for future energies. So possible future energies for this connection. We have refuge and barrier. We have decisions. Twin flame. We have waiting and separation. And planning and a pause. So future energies of this connection, and this could be, you know, completely after the next couple of weeks, or it could be for the next couple of weeks. You know, time is sort of goes on its own time. But future energies, once we get through this healing and, you know, this, you know, being frozen, this pause in the action, what comes next? So the refuge is, you know, seeing this connection. They see each other as sort of a refuge, as, you know, being home, but there's still a barrier in between them. They still have healing to do. They're trying to make a decision what to do with their life, but this is a connection that they cannot deny. It is a twin flame. It is a soul contract. it's very difficult to walk away when something is fated and destined like this. There's a period of waiting and separation still to go through. So still some final healing, still some final things to kind of tie up and get through. But they can, start to plan even though there is a pause in the action. So even though they're both looking at each other as, a safe haven or a safe place to go, they're not able to come together right yet. There's still some things that need to happen, and they are being put on pause. So then I asked for some cards and clarity on some things that they can do, to kind of keep the momentum of moving forward. So we have the King of Flames, worldly, and we have karmic partner. So there is some karmic issues going on. There are some issues with family. Both counterparts need to examine the attachments and the relationships that they have in their lives, and make sure that their plate is clean. So they are still clearing up some karmic situations. We have rejection and balancing the scales. So one of the two counterparts, or even both, feel sort of a rejection, is afraid of being rejected, or they feel that they were rejected from the other. So they need to balance the scales more. They need to come into balance with their emotions and get their heart and their head in check and look at what is true and what is illusion, and kind of fight through these feelings and really reach a balance with it. And then we have burdens and a third party. So there are some other connections here. There are third party issues that are being wrapped up. It's possible that one of the counterparts is looking elsewhere to try to see if they can recreate what they have here. And you can rest assured that they're not going to be able to. So all this is being worked out while they're in this waiting, at this pause and this separation. The divine is waiting for them to clear their plate and come into balance. Release any other connections that do not serve them, so that they're ready, to come into union with each other, being fully in their place and in alignment with themselves and ready to move forward with each other. So let's take a look at where the masculine is in his headspace when it comes to his feminine. We have 9 of Swords. We have 6 of Swords, 3 of Wands, and Page of Cups. So in his headspace right now, he's conflicted. He's got a lot going on. He's stressed. He's having nightmares. He's not sleeping well because he has a lot on his mind when it comes to his feminine. He wants to come out of, come into calmer waters. He wants to sort of put a lot of this stuff, this third party, this karmic issues, these family issues behind them. And he wants to come into calmer waters with her. But then we have the 3 of Wands energy. So that's being focused and being optimistic, being inspired. So he is inspired, in his mind that he can pull this together, he can pull this off, and, start to plan to come forward with this cup of love to her. So in his mind, he's really trying to cut the stress and really make a plan to move forward, and really trying to focus on what he needs to do, what he needs to heal, what he needs to put together, how to get his karmic partner in check, or, take care of whatever this karmic partner or third party situation is. So he wants to come, he's thinking how to get through all this. And then, so how is he in his heart space when it comes to thinking of his feminine? We have the 3 of Cups. We have the Devil's energy. The Queen of Wands. You have the Fool and the Knight of Pentacles. So what we have here in his heart space is we do have a celebration. We do have sort of a union, a celebration. Let's see, Three of Cups. Abundance, celebration, you know, friendship, a coming together, something to celebrate. The Devil's energy here is more on the lines of, you know, in his heart space, you know, he thinks the attraction to her is very magnetic. There's a strong sexual attraction here. He sees her as the Queen of Wands, so he knows that she's sort of going about her business and she's doing it without him. She's strong and she's, you know, a lioness. She's doing her business and she can do it with or without him. She's moving along. So he sees her going about her life without him in it at this time. And then we have the Fool and the Knight of Pentacles came up together. So this is about taking a leap of faith and coming forward with an offer. So in his heart, he really wants to go forward with this. He really wants to come forward with an offer, a solid offer. He just has to get his head and his heart in balance. So where's the feminine at right now? So when the feminine is thinking of her masculine, where is she at? We have the Six of Swords. We have strength. We have temperance. And we have the Four of Pentacles. So she's really going within. She's withholding her energies right now. She's, you know, she knows they're in separation. She knows he's going through some stuff. There's a little bit of trickery going on with a third party and a karmic partner. But she's really finding balance and patience with the temperance. You know, she's gathering up her strength. Because she too wants to come out of rough waters and into calmer waters with him. But at the same time, in her headspace and in his headspace, they're not fully present. She's fully present in his heart space. So she wants to come out of these rough seas. She's building up strength in her mind. She's being patient, finding balance, but she's withholding what she has right now. She's not ready to kind of jump all in because she knows that there's some other stuff going on here. In her heart space, where is she? She's the High Priestess. The Ten of Pentacles. The Eight of Wands. We have the Knight of Pentacles and the Four of Swords. So again, they're mirroring a little bit. So the High Priestess, she's going within. She's trusting her intuition. She's using her tools and her gifts to get her through this journey. She's making sure that they're healing. She may be doing some of the healing for both of them. You know, kind of using what she knows in her intuition, going within herself, you know, to go forward. In her heart space, she sees this connection as something long-term. Ten of Pentacles. It's a family. She really wants to pull this all together and have this with him. The Eight of Wands. In her heart, she wants nothing more than open and honest communication. She wants to be able to talk this out. She wants to know what's going on. But she's withdrawn. She's withdrawn and you know, kind of going within and resting and doing what she needs because she's really waiting for this solid offer from him to come through, the Knight of Pentacles, which is also in his heart space. So they do want the same thing at the end of the day. There's just a lot of things for them to work out and get through. They're still in the rough seas, but they're looking towards coming out of the rough waters into better times. So let's see what advice do the fairies have for the feminines. Admit your true feelings to yourself. Be honest with yourself. Only you know what it is that you truly desire. So even though this journey is hard, even though being separated at this time and not knowing what's going on behind the scenes and having barriers put up, you know what this connection is about, so you really need to listen to your intuition, listen to yourself, and be true to yourself. If this is really something, this Ten of Pentacles is really something that you see can happen. There it is. If this Ten of Pentacles is really something you can see can happen, then you need to have a little honesty with yourself that this is definitely something that you can get yourself through. And then the angels tell you that it's worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. So this is all going to happen and come, if it is destined and it's fated, it's going to happen. These pauses in the action, these separations are all for a good reason. If these two people were to come together right now, being that there are third parties involved, that there are issues with a karmic partner or family issues, there could be a lot of struggle. And it's not going to be what either one of them are really hoping and wishing for. You're not going to have this harmonious, long-term family unit to come together. There's going to be other things at play here. So the fairies want the divine masculines to know to practice, practice, practice. With daily practice, you can polish your skills and talents and increase your confidence. So, they want you to practice. They want you to practice patience. They want you to, really get yourself into alignment. And the more you heal, the more you do things, the more you get through things, the better off you are. And the angels want you to know that romantic feelings, your feelings are really worth exploring. You know what's in your heart. You have the Queen of Pentacles in your heart. You have this Three of Cups, this coming together, this celebration. In your heart, you really want to come forward with a solid offer. So your feelings are really worth exploring at this time. And then one more card of guidance from the angels for this connection. Heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. So even though you are not communicating at this time, you are in separation. The one thing that's going to heal this and bring it into better alignment is going to be this open and honest communication. You can have these heart-to-heart conversations without actually speaking with each other. You just have to focus on each other and really speak from your heart. And then know, because they are you, that you are connected, and they do get the message and they do hear from you. So let's get one more message. Let's find out what would the divine masculine say if he could at this time. What is it that the divine masculine would say if he could at this time? Give each other some space at the moment. Trust and have faith that all will work out for the best. And what would the divine feminine have to say at this time? A lot, apparently. Romance, Cupid's arrow strikes. And sexual union. Honor the place in one another where you are one eternal soul, for there you will find true bliss. So that's our reading for today, our energy update for the Twin Flame Collective. I hope this resonates. And thank you for your support on my channel. Have a good night.